Self-destruction, and I'm back to a place that I left a long time ago. Just give me a sec while I smoke this cigarette. My aching body feels better still. What do you do when you get just pick up my guitar and the too much on your plate when I need to escape. Everything will be better when I find a way.
Hey Herd, how's your morning going?
Well, Frank, it doesn't look like I'm going to get any of that field work done today. That's for sure. And you know, it seems like they plan the rain around the days when I have to be out in the field getting some things done. It just, to me, it seems like that.
No worries, no worries. We have a lot of things to get done today. Mechanic shop will be busy today, and I have a few things I wanted to talk to you about.
Well, that never sounds good.
Relax, relax. Always worried about everything. Just a few things I need to share with you. But all is very good. Don't worry about that. But first, I do have a tool that I need to be picked up over at the stockyards. It's just a small tool and a couple boxes of bolts. The post office guy accidentally delivered there for some reason. So, can you head over there and grab it for us?
Sure. I'll go do that in a minute. I just got to finish my coffee quick.
Coffee? That's very clearly a Red Bull. I have never seen you drink coffee.
No, and you never will. I can't. I've tried before, Frank. I got up to like 6 sugars and 6 creams, and I thought to myself, am I even drinking coffee anymore?
Yeah, the answer is no, Herd. No, you're not.
All right, Frank. Well, look, I'll get my energy for the morning, and then I'll head on over there.
All right, thanks, Herd. Then stop in. We can talk.
All right, so when we drive down to the livestock dealer, a lot to update you on since last year at this time. And I remember we were going to look at buying a tractor and trying to decide between 2 coops to raise chickens out of, and I thought I had it all figured out, but then I went down to look at the tractors and I realized that I couldn't really afford to do farming at this point in my life, or at least not how I was intending to do it anyways. $75,000, it seems like $1 million to me at the time, but to the bank and every other business, it still felt like $75,000. But that night, Frank took me aside and shook me with some hard truth, and my plan was bound to fail. I was going too big too soon. And at first I was angry and stubborn, and I was about to sign a deal for the bigger coop just to spite him, but the reality was that he was right, and I kind of knew it. I knew it would be a mistake, and I knew that, I was getting too big too quick, and I couldn't really afford it. I mean, I couldn't even afford a house. So that night, Frank offered me a job at Clearwater Motors to give me some financial security, and he must have felt bad taking a lot of my money on those rentals early on. But either way, he advised me to continue saving money, and a year later, I have him to thank for the position that I'm in today. Coop's generosity and the gift of a fresh start for me, added with Frank's eagerness to see me succeed, had me on the right path. So I have more money, more financial stability, and a job that allowed me to save up towards what I ultimately wanted, which is going to be my own farm, hopefully one day. But we are here now, and we are going to get into here so that we don't get drenched. Let me get this tool real quick. Alright, and headed back to Clearwater. I have everything that Frank needed, and now we've got to go face the music, whatever he's talking about. I didn't do anything, I don't think. Not on purpose, obviously, but I guess we'll get in there and we'll find out what he's talking about.
Hey, there he is. How'd everything go?
It went well, as expected. They had the stuff there. I picked it up.
Good, good. Well, hey, Herd, jump around the corner here for a minute. I want to talk to you about something.
All right. What is it, Frank?
Well, look, I've been thinking about your situation a lot since you got up here. You trying to start a farm and all. I do think this area needs more farms. And you know what, Herd? I think together, you and I, we could make something of it.
You and I?
Herd, you're a great worker, and you've never called in once in the past year. I know you've been hurting at times, but you still made it in on time, and without any complaining. That says a lot in my book.
So you're saying you're starting a farm, and you want me to come work for you?
Herd, I'm saying I'm starting a farm, and you should come be my partner.
Frank, I really appreciate the offer, but I don't have any money to go in on a farm with you.
Now look, I know your money situation. I'm a busy man, and I need someone to carry the load as a farm manager. I want that person to feel the farm's important to them just like it's important to me. I want to offer you a partnership, Herd. 25% stake in the business, and for you to operate the day-to-day operations of it. I want you to think on it.
Frank, I don't need to. A farm? I'd be able to do that with you? That's so crazy because I was just saying that to my YouTuber.
Oh, that nonsense computer stuff. Look, I'm happy to hear that, Herd. We're kind of slow around here today, so I want you to go check it out.
Now?
Yeah, I already bought it. I want to see what you think about it. Not that it means much, because I've already bought it, but we can do a lot with it.
All right, Frank, you just have my head buzzing a bit. Sorry about that, but I will get over there and I'll give you a call. All right, well, I guess we're headed over to the property now, and I know I'm supposed to narrate this journey here, but I've kind of at a loss of words. I'm not really sure what to think. Frank offering me 25% of the farm and the operations manager title. I'm beyond happy to accept that. But, what do I know about farms or management for that rate? I mean, last year I was trying to start a chicken farm and realized how much it was going to cost me, how much I wasn't able to do that. And now, a year later, I am here working for Frank, and that's a good thing and that's a bad thing. That's obviously a good thing because Frank has become a mentor to me, and he's helped me out with a lot of things, from finances to picking up side jobs, contracting work, things like that, and also offering me a full-time job even in the winter. I didn't know anything. He knew that, and I was trying to learn, and now it would be very hard for me to say no to him regardless, and he still offers 25% and an operations manager title, and that's just more than I can ask for, and honestly might be more than I deserve at this stage in the game. I mean, last summer I did do some contracting work with some farmers. When we leased out equipment or rented out equipment, I would help do the actual work, but I don't know if I'm ready for this. But I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Because I am being thrown in to the deep end here. But either way, there should be a farm a couple miles up here. It says it's getting close. I think it's right around this bend here. And we're deep. We're way out in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. And I think I see something up there. Yeah, this is it. This is obviously the farm. There's nothing else around. There's a lot of land over here on my right. I'm not really sure how much Frank bought, but this farm looks pretty good sized. Looks like a couple animal structures. That looks more like a chicken coop there on the right. A big one. It looks like, I think, some cows there on the left. I was so excited when he told me that I wasn't really asking him what kind of animals or anything. Let's park this right here and turn it off. And we can go walk around. It is raining pretty good out here today. Now let's go over here to the barn first so that we can get out of this rain. But there is There's a lot of farm here. I'm amazed. I don't know how Frank bought this, but he did. This is a good area right here for some hay. Keep some hay bales over here for, I'm guessing, cows. But you know, just general storage here. And I do like this right here, this little extra storage area over here. We can put some pallets of whatever we need over there, you know, anything really. But this is a good sized area here for this barn. Just terrible day outside. Can't stress that enough as I'm getting soaked right now. I guess that's the reason why I care so much, but I care about this too. You know, I know how much money these cost, and this is a chicken coop. I know how much money these things cost. So this, plus all of the other things on this farm, Frank really ended up spending a lot of money. Wow. Alright, well, I don't know how many chickens we can get in there. I don't know if I can count that high, but there is a lot of potential over there on the right for some chickens. Now, let's go over here. And I'm guessing this is the workshop over here. Let's see. Yeah, good big doors to get it all the equipment in. And then we've got a shop over there. That's nice. Okay. Again, big area to put everything in, and office. Let's check this out. Oh, wow. This is nice. So we can... I mean, I don't know what we'd even need this for. But it's a nice office. And Frank's already got it set up. And, of course, there's a refrigerator over there. You got a vending machine. We'll close that up there. And then a mechanic area. Okay. So, I don't know why he would have the mechanic area all set up. Maybe it just came with that. But either way, this is nice. I'm very happy here. Wow. Alright, well, hey, let's give Frank a ring and see what he wants us to do here next.
Thank you for calling Clearwater Motors. This is Frank. How can I help you?
Frank, it's Hurd. Wow. I'm actually speechless.
You? Couldn't be.
No, you got me this time, Frank. You bought this?
I did. I just haven't had the time in the past few days to go over and remove the for sale sign. Can you yank that out of the ground for me and then head over here?
No problem, no problem. I will do that. And anything else I can do before I come over there?
Nah, once you get that out of the ground, come back to the shop. I got a few other things that we need to go over today.
Alright, I'll get this done and head over there. I'll see you in a few. And now we'll just lock this up. Not sure when we're going to be back here, but don't want anybody else back here in the meantime. And it is pouring, as I've said a million times. I am not happy with it, if you could have guessed. But we're going to take the car over here, and I think I've seen the realtor sign over here. Yes, and there is one part of the farm that I forgot to check out, and that is, I'm guessing, the dairy cows. It doesn't look like this is going to be beefers. It looks like it's going to be a dairy farm. I don't know what we're going to use it for yet. I haven't talked to Frank. Maybe we're not going to have cows or animals at all. I'm really not sure, although, you know, it would make sense. We have the room for it, and that's definitely for dairy cows. So got a little milking area here, and then a little bit of room for storage. Okay, that goes upstairs to the first thing we checked out, where I was talking about putting hay. And this must be where the cows would go. And that's locked. But yeah, this is a pretty good area right here for cows. Again, not sure what Frank's plans are. I would like to see if he wants cows. I know that the chicken area over there, I'm definitely going to be asking about. But what do I know about milking cows? Not a lot. Not a lot. So I'm hoping that somebody knows something. Either way, there's a lot of doors in here. Now let's go get that realty sign. We'll take that out of the ground, and then we're going to head over to Clearwater Motors, talk with Frank, see what's up for the rest of the day, because I was going to do some field work and over at my place today, but that's not going to happen. Let's get this sign out of the ground.
Well, there he is, Mr. Speechless.
Today, Frank? Maybe. Maybe. So, hey, it's noon. What do you want me to do for the rest of the day?
Well, I just wanted to talk to you quickly about how everything is going to work and really what's going on. There's a lot of changes happening all at once, so I just wanted to take a couple minutes and explain to you everything from the start.
All right, floor is yours, Frank.
All right, well, for starters, I'm closing Clearwater Motors.
What? Frank, you've owned that place for years. I don't...
Just hear me out here, Herd. Floor's mine, remember?
Sorry, continue.
The business has changed throughout the years. As a tractor repair shop, I've seen more and more of my customers lose their farms for one reason or another. The Elk Mountain region is very remote, and since we're so far out here, trucking costs are very expensive. Farmers are making crops just to be forced to pay heavy trucking costs, and that takes away all their profits, and over time that kills a farm. So I felt like I needed to do something else to help them out.
So what's the plan instead?
Well, I realized that owning that big building downtown was great for selling cars to locals, but lately we haven't been doing that. For the past couple of years, we've really operated as a farm repair company. So why own a massive building that we don't use most of? I mean, you've worked here. You know that we don't see half of that building. Lucky for me, the location is prime for this area, so I was able to get a pretty penny out of the building and the land. I pooled some money together, and I also got a pretty good sized business loan to start this, so I guess what I'm trying to say here, Herd, is, well, I'm all in.
So this seems like an awfully big farm. All of this for chickens and some dairy cows?
Well, that's a part of the plan. My plan is to bring Kenny over from the shop and have him be the mechanic for the farm. He'll be fixing our equipment when needed, as well as fixing other farm equipment at other farms in the area, kind of like we do at Clearwater. We're just going to continue it over here.
Right, so we're doing what we did in town, just at a different location.
Well, not exactly. Last winter I sent you to school to get your CDL license, and I originally intended it to be for helping us move equipment around town and for different rentals to go out, but the transportation problem for these farms had me thinking of how to help them. So I figured we could run some products for them once every week or two, make us some money, and help them save some.
That would be excellent. So Kenny's going to be repairing equipment for us and local farmers. I'll be running a farm of what I'm assuming is chickens and dairy cows. And who's going to be running this grain?
Well, that's the part I wanted to talk to you about. I was hoping you'd run the grain when needed. We're going to be running the first connection point, which is in Fairfield County. That's just over the Colorado border, so it's not too far, but it's going to save a lot of money for our farmers locally.
Alright, so farming, hauling, and repairing. What part of the 25% do I get?
All of it. It's the same company, Herd. I don't want money. I don't need your land. I just need you to help work this plan out with me, and I think we'll make a good amount of money doing it, and I think we'll save the farming community in this area at the same time.
Frank, I'm all in as well then. I came up here to Elk Mountain to start a new life, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. Some purpose in life, and something out of the regular routine. So what's the next thing we need to do?
Well, I have to go talk to Kenny about all this. It's a shame the weather isn't working today, because this would be the perfect amount of time to get that overgrown field of yours plowed up.
I know. I've been trying to get that grass back to the condition I had it in last year when I got here, but that hasn't happened yet.
I'm just messing with you because of earlier. You remember you mentioned it to me? Anyway, I need you to do me one last favor for the day. I need you to go over to that gas station just out of town. Got a little surprise for you. I also need you to pick it up, and I need you to bring it over to the farm and park it. I'll be over to the farm in about an hour, and then you can take my truck over to Clearwater, grab your car, and go home for the day. But I do need you to do this right now because it's just sitting there, and I told them that we'd be right over.
No problem, Frank. I'll head over there now, and I'll catch you in a little bit. And now out of town and just about to the gas station where Frank wanted me to pick something up and drive it over, and Frank is out of his mind. We have got a tractor trailer here with a couple things on the back. So let me park this up real quick. He said I could park on the side of the building, so we'll just park this right here. Hopefully we don't go through the garage because that would make people very, very unpleasant. But let's look at this over here. Looks like we got a UTV there. Alright, retriever. That'll be good for getting around the farm. Depending on how many acres we have of land, I still don't know. And the telehandler, man, last year what I would have done to have that on a farm. And I just wanted to eat chickens, but now we're going to be doing a whole lot more chickens. But then we've also got this. And I have a feeling that I am going to be driving this quite a bit. Although I haven't drove a lot of tractor trailers. I do have my license, but let's get in it. We'll take a look around real quick, and oh, and it's got a sleeper in there. That I can see myself sleeping in that a lot of nights, but hopefully not too many. I want to be doing farming. I don't want to be hauling stuff, but you know, if it helps out the farmers in the area, then I guess Frank's willing to do it. I guess I'm willing to do it. And if we get paid, even better. But let me drive this around here and we'll get on the road. Cannot believe that we've got a telehandler on the back there. That's going to help out the farm quite a bit. And both look new, so I'm not really sure if Kenny's going to really need to do a lot in terms of repairing or anything like that. It's going to be basically just some maintenance. But either way, we're going to have to drive through town. We're going to go over to the farm and drop these two things off. And then I guess that's the end of our day. There's a car coming. But yeah, I started today just an employee at Frank's, and wow, what a couple hours makes. He just sprung this all on me. I mean, kind of just changed the course of what I'm doing for him in terms of employment. But I feel a lot better about this. I feel a lot better about the farm. I feel a lot better about trying to help out other farmers in the area, which is always a goal, especially, you know, when you are a farmer yourself, you know. So I would like to do that, and you know, if hauling all of the grain and stuff like that down to Colorado is something that would help farmers, then I'm all for it. But hey, let's get closer to the farm, and I'll pick this back up. And now approaching the farm, and as you see the chicken coop, I'm hoping we can fill that up. I would really like to do that. It's something that I originally wanted to do here in Elk Mountain, so I think that it would be a very good touch if we could do that. And then of course the dairy barn, I think we're going to have to look after as well. I don't know if we're going to be doing dairy or if we are going to be doing you know, some beefers, but either way I will have that responsibility. And I would also have the responsibility of taking care of the equipment. And with Frank, I want to make sure that he knows that I appreciate this opportunity. So I am going to get both of these vehicles into the garage. That way it's just nice and tidy and they're not in the rain. Now, yes, being in the rain overnight, that's not going to kill them. But at the same time, I think it'll just show Frank that, you know, we appreciate this opportunity a little bit more by taking care of the equipment a little better. Maybe babying it a little bit. Either way, let me get in here, let me get everything unlocked, and we will get these vehicles in here. Alright, now the ATV is already in. Now we are going to jump up here, and we are going to get the telehandler in as well. What a day. I started out, like I said, as an employee of Frank's, just doing some random deliveries and things like that, some field work for some people on contract, and I wonder if we're going to continue doing that as well, or if we're just going to try to make money off of this farm. But Either way, I think we are going to be set up with equipment, because I think there's more where this came from. There should be. I mean, if I know Frank, we've got a lot of field out there. We have no tractors, so I have to assume that one of those is on the way as well. But either way, let me park this over here. Hopefully I do not take the Coke machine out. That would be a terrible thing to try and clean up. But yeah, I'm going to leave this right here. And obviously we will move all of this with Frank. I don't know where he wants everything, but here is better than out in the rain. That is for sure. Either way, that is where we are going to leave this episode, and I will talk to you guys next. You know, I'm going to just figure out what soda I want, what candy I want, go in there in the office and sit and wait for Frank. That could take days. So that's where we'll end this one.